They sent me away. The controller figured out my lies, and all of the engines turned on me. What do we do now?
Nothing. We're going to bide our time. And when the moment arises, we'll get you back onto that railway. After all, I don't accept failures in my ranks. Is that understood?
Yes, boss.
Good. You are dismissed.
Good morning, Percy. Good morning, Toby. Hello, Thomas. You don't seem very happy. Are the trucks being troublesome again? About as troublesome as you'd expect. They almost bumped me through the junction at the yard. If I had it my way, I wouldn't take these trucks at all. But if you didn't take the trucks, Percy, then who would? Would you hurry up, you lousy diesel? I'm going as fast as I can. These trucks don't make it easy. Excuses, excuses. All I know is that the yard ran much smoother before you were in charge. Thomas or Percy should be running this yard, not some dingy diesel. Oh, brother. I'm busy with my branch line. Why don't you go bother somebody else about it? You know what? I don't have time for this. These trucks need to get going. There is no way that tiny train is more important than mine. You should help me instead. You know what, James? You're getting all puffed up. Well, I never! James has been quite the nuisance lately. You're right. His attitude has been getting worse and worse. Diesel, watch out! Are you all right? Yes. Just a little bumped around. Cinders and ashes, you stupid diesel! Now I'm going to be later than ever. Ugh, of all the stupid things. Enough, James! It was just an accident. Accident? My left buffer! He's trying to make us late so that Sir Topham Hatt will want to replace us. Oh, what a load of rubbish. You're just being paranoid and, quite frankly, rude. I'll alert the signalman up ahead to phone for the breakdown train. Don't worry, Diesel. You'll be back on the rails in no time. Thank you. James is dreadfully rude. We feel quite ashamed. Yes, quite ashamed indeed. Why hasn't the signal gone green yet? There's trouble at Knapford. Diesel derailed on some points. James is sulking and stuck in the yard. We need the breakdown train. Oh dear. Diesel and James in the same place? That can only mean trouble. I feel bad for Diesel. I'm sure James has already given him some sort of anti-Diesel lecture. It's quite abhorrent language from him. Unfortunately, I don't doubt it. But regardless, I have to take the breakdown train and fix this mess before the yard gets backed up any further. I wish you good luck. Well, it's about time. Oh, save it, James. The track will be clear soon. Diesel, are you all right? Yes, but I'll be much better when I'm back on the rails. Right away. Thank you. Of course. Yeah, everyone's happy. How wonderful. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be out of here with my train at long last. At least I won't have to deal with him until later tonight. Edward? Diesel? Is everything all right? I heard about the accident and came as quick as I could. Everything's fine, sir. Harvey and I got everything back on track. I won't have to go to the works, will I, sir? To me, it looks like you only suffered minor bumps and scratches. Still in perfect working condition. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. You know, I have to admit, I never would have expected you to reform into such a hard-working engine on my railway. You've really surprised us all. I'm proud of you, Diesel. Wow, praise from the controller. How do you feel? It feels great. He's right, you know. You've really surprised us all with how much you've changed. I know I've made some bad choices in the past. Many times. I left a terrible impression on this railway every time I came back. I just couldn't go on like that after a while. I knew I had to make some big changes to myself. Well, it's like the controller also said. He's impressed. And so are we. James would say otherwise. Pay no mind to him. He's been this way for years. No matter how many times we tell him off, he just bounces back. Sooner or later, it's going to backfire on him. It'd be nice if one day me and him could just get along. He doesn't even know... Never mind. No? No what? It's not important. Anyways, you should get going. I'm back on the rails now, and I don't want to make you late. Oh, alright. Take care, Diesel, and try not to think about James too much. I'll do my best. Good evening, Percy. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy taking the mail? You know, I still can't believe how you spoke to me earlier today. It was just disgusting. Well, you were being rude. To Diesel, to me, and to Thomas. It's insulting to say that us little engines are only good for shunting for the big engines. I thought you learned your lesson years ago. Oh, That's not what I meant. You and Thomas are both very useful engines. All I meant was that I trust the both of you to handle my trains more than that dirty box on wheels.
And what's wrong with Diesel? Ever since the Fat Controller bought him for the railway full time, he's been nothing but kind.
Percy, sweet naive Percy, it's all an act. Can't you see? You were there at the sheds when he first arrived, how he used his charm to deceive us all. He's doing it all over again.
But...
And you remember what happened? All of us turning our backs on poor Duck, him spreading lies, Duck nearly hurting himself in a crash at a barber shop.
well, yeah.
And again, when the Fat Controller gave him another chance, he caused even more chaos at the harbor for you.
That's true.
And he caused a delay at the docks, trying to show off his superiority to you and Thomas. Every time he's come back, he has caused more trouble. You think it's going to be any different now that he's here full time? He's playing us, Percy. He's making us think we're safe, and when our guard is finally down, that's when he's going to strike. Think about it. His entire time, his goal has been to replace us steam engines with more diesels. And now that he's a full-time Sodor engine, it's so much easier for him.
Oh no. You're right. This is bad. He's going to help the diesels take over.
Don't panic, Percy. Now that you know the real truth, you have to stay calm. Once we can convince the other engines of what we know, we can take this to the Fat Controller.
Okay. I'll be more careful. And I'll keep on the lookout for Diesel.
Excellent. You're a very smart engine, Percy. I wish others were more like you. You're all set, Percy. Mail is ready to go.
Huh? Oh, right. Off I go then. With the mail train. At night.
Any progress?
Not much. The boat on Sodor hasn't arrived yet.
Ugh! All this waiting is starting to become a problem.
Calm down. It's scheduled to arrive in a few days. And when it does, things will finally be set into motion.
Things would be going faster if your former second-in-command hadn't betrayed us all those years ago for those Sudrians.
He was weak and a coward. He didn't care about our plans, and spending too much time with those wretched steam kettles turned him soft. Regardless, when we take that island for ourselves, he'll be dealt with and suffer like the rest of them.
Good. You'll have your railway, and I'll have my revenge.